ní ká sáré ganu sí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn kábíyèsí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, specifically Oluwo of Iwo'a, Ọba Rasheed, tí wọ́n bọ́ta lánàá with very huge and weighty allegations against His Royal Highness kábíyèsí ọba Ẹnìtàn Adéyẹyè Ògúnwùsì wípé kábíyèsí ń panasúkú ex-wife àwọn tí wọ́n jọ lọ sọ́tẹ́ẹ̀lì wípé the child that his ex-wife, his Canadian ex-wife, had for him, that he's not even sure the child is his, and that the DNA has to be conducted on the boy, and that Ooni set him up with his ex-Canadian wife, and therefore so many videos, voice recordings of him in the comfort of his home were sent to Ooni of Ife, and he said that he's ready to share evidence if there is a counter saying against what he has said. And since then, now you're thinking, what is going on? How can there be fracas between two kábíyèsís? Àwa Yorùbá, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? Kí ló ń ṣe wá gangan ná? Ṣé ẹ̀fún ni àbí èdì that an Ọba, a top Ọba, a top Yorùbá Ọba can come out and start dragging another paramount Ọba with the allegations of that Ooni is doing ta-ta-ta with his ex-wife? If you go on YouTube and even Facebook, you will see the story of the messy separation between Oluwo of Iwo'a and his ex-wife, who is a Canadian, Chantel. They had it very rough, was very messy, and that one came out at a point after silence to say she has to speak her truth, and she talked about and show videos of how Oluwo of Iwo'a was smoking Igbo and all of those things, and how Oluwo doesn't have money, and she have to go to Lagos Island to go and buy lace to wear, and he'll be comparing her to Olori Sekinat Elegushi, and that he wants to go and take an Hausa wife, just the way Olori Elegushi did, because once you are connected to the north like that by marrying one of their children, you have strong connections, because Nanotana hold Nigeria. My people, it's not funny, it's quite embarrassing that our traditional institutions have been turned into mockery. Now, let's take a listen to the short video, then we take people's comments and resume our discussions.
This message is for Nigerians, especially I'm saying this because I want other Nigerians to know. When I get on the throne, we see me talking about this Ooni Adeyeye. We see Ooni Adeyeye. We see me talking about what you don't know. I will tell you today. Governor of Osun State, commissioners, this I heard Ooni Adeyeye, but because Ogbe Orisha law, he was holding Orisha as and me, God has put me as above Orishas, as the king. But let's look at it. And because of that, as a kingmaker or somebody that helped the king to become the king that I was.
So you can hear Oluwo of Iwo'a saying that he's a kingmaker, that he helped Ooni to become king.
He doesn't want me to say the story in the future. He was looking for my downfall. And the next thing, they packaged a woman. I was a woman that was packaged for me, but I don't know her from Canada. But it was packaged for me. It was a setup. After they set me up, they were talking to her in our own AI. She was in my house and they were talking to her and setting me up. Setting up with videos, setting up with many things. ya video tẹ́ǹsì gbẹ nínú yàrá yóò mọ̀ bí nílé yọ this wife will be this supposedly wife an ex-wife but it was dead they sent him to my house and they were communicating with her she was there for over 3 years she had a child which I don't even know if it's my child now I have to confirm that through DNA.
So you've heard Oluwo saying that the child between him and his ex-wife Chantel, they have one son together, that he's not even sure he's the father, that he has to request for a DNA to be sure that he's the biological father of the boy. He also mentioned Wipe Oni doesn't want him to talk, but honestly, he cannot take it again. That he, as Oluwo, is greater than any Orisha, unlike Oni that is always carrying Orisha for head.
Because the one had to kill me, she poisoned me 2 times. They set up assassination attempt. They did everything so that maybe the Orisha or the gods will kill me. But they failed.
So you heard the statement saying that his ex-wife tried to poison him with the help of Oni, that they tried to buy him with people where they buy people, but they did not succeed. So apart from the allegation of where Oni they allegedly knocked his wife, he's also allegating or saying that there were threats to Ile Aye, Etekagbolo.
After I kicked this woman, when I found out the secret and I kicked this woman out, it was this Oni that asked him what was the lady doing with him in the hotel.
Have you heard? So Oluwo is asking Ooni of Ife that, Ooni, what were you doing with my ex-wife when I kicked her out of my house? Because truly, he kicked his ex-wife from his house. And according to him now, he said, Ooni, what were you doing with my ex-wife in a hotel? Check going.
I won't mention the hotel, but when there's clarification, I will be mentioning. I'm also Kenyan senior hotel. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó òun náà ló gbalé fún àtọmọ àtìyàwó ní Ọọ̀ni Adéyẹyè Ògúnwùsì. Ẹ wá ní mò ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá jẹ́ wọ ni ìyàwó tó fẹ́ pàwọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá o tó bá jẹ́ wọ ni tó bá jẹ́ yìí ìyàwó tí a set sínú ilé tó wá pa tí ò rí ọpa.
So he's asking a question, saying that with all of this, he said that if you were to be in his shoes, what would you do? Where they won't buy him, where Oni went to rent a house for his ex-wife and his son, and whatever it is that they are doing together, that if you were to be him, what would you do? She el for el ma wo or nini. Let's continue. The fight. He said the fight is not going to finish. What English will say, it is fight to finish. Literally meaning pé ìjà yìí kò ní tán. Say the fight that he's been having with Oni and that he's currently having with Oni is never going to end.
Ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ gbọ́dọ̀ ju bàbá náà lọ mo ti dọ́ba ní Ṣàngó ò lè pa mí Ṣàngó is a criminal Ògún ò lè pa mí Ògún is a criminal àwọn baba ńlá wa ni they are not criminals so they won't be killing their children Ògún àti Ṣàngó ìpààyàn Ọlọ́run ọba Olódùmarè nìkan lọ́mọ gbàdé kọ́ máa gbógun tò kọ́ máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀wọ̀n ní Oni suspend Oni lè suspend lọ́ba paramount ruler or suspend another paramount ruler so ojú mi lọ ní àgbáwò àbófipò ojú mi lọ yàmbá sẹ́ẹ̀tì 1, 2, 3 ní Ọ̀ṣun kì í ṣe pé àwọn paramount rulers wọn ò kàn lè kó gbogbo wa sí number 1 àwọn àtàjẹ náà paramount rulers.
So he's not saying that how can Oni suspend him, that he dare not. that they are both paramount rulers, that if they want to put it on a ranking, that it's just that they cannot put one alongside the other, that they are at the same level of paramount rulers. And there's no way Oni can ever terminate his appointment as an Oba, especially as regards of Osun State.
So, kálukú lọ máa pé n ti bẹ lẹ́yìn ọ̀fà ó jòjì lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ṣe bí sí mi níjọ lẹ́yìn nígbà ń sẹ́wù àmọ́ wò níjọ wájú àwọn wà máa sọ gbogbo tí wọ́n ti ṣe ní là ń sọ yìí. Yọ̀ọ̀dà fi ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn ilé ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ wọlé ṣé wọ́n parí ẹ̀ àbí náà ní ẹjọ́ ń lọ ní ẹjọ́ ń gbé ní ẹjọ́ sí gbogbo ẹ̀.
Okay, so he said there's still more for him to say, but for now he's going to keep quiet till he decides to say more. Now people have been reacting, sharing their thoughts on this, saying irú kílè yìí ọmọ anífowóṣe èèwọ̀ òrìṣà. How could a paramount Oba come out, set ring lights and his camera, and be doing video alleging that one Oba, Ooni of Ife, want to allegedly pay him, and that Ooni was panashukuing his ex-Canadian wife, and they were together in one hotel, and that he knows the name of the hotel, but he won't say it now till later, and that the fight between them no go finish. What we know traditional rulers for is the fact that they do a lot when it comes to mediation, negotiation, peacemaking. So now that one Oba is now dragging the other one, now who go come settle the whole thing like this? Is it the president or the governor? Let's go to comment section and read what people wrote. Somebody said, I don't blame these overnight Obas, but the so-called Afobajes and the role of the government in imposing boys from diaspora to rule us, Ogedem, Baje, and Yongpon. Give me any of these guys from abroad that are representing the thrones rightly. One of them is in US serving a jail term. Another one comes online to roll Igbo. List is endless. Coming on the social media to report your colleague to your subject, Erorama Mugbo. Another person said, what if he's saying the truth? Another said, can this... Okay. Welcome back. Sorry for the break in transmission. So let's continue. Another person said, can this Amugbo be dethroned? Another said, Ashiyon Adojutini. Another said, Kini Wio. Another person said, then package wife ke Orishirishi. Another commenter said, must this Oba talk when you know Bilege? Another said, we are not interested in this Amugbo jaw. Another said, Kolos. Another said, Fulani boy. Another said, oh my God, what a mess. Another said, Shio, Yimu. Another said, you have started taking this Colorado thing again, Abi. Another said, nobody takes you seriously. As an Oba, you have never carried yourself well. Sad for you. Another said, you're digging your own downfall. Small, sir. Enyawifu Obajogbo. Another said, may time wasters meet time wasters. Meet time travelers. May Osinwi meet Abugijeda. Another person said, they have turned king positions to rada. Another said, Oluwo Enunjawaya. Another said, Oni should not shall respond to this Oniyeye. If you disrespect Oni of Ife, the younger generation will disrespect you too, Oga. Another said, can someone please shut him up? What is this? Another said, Oga, must you be controversial? Rashidi, be careful, oh, you talk too much. Chai. Another commenter said, Bobo yo gbadun àrùn ọpọlọ ń bá ọ̀tá ẹ̀jà. Another said, Canadian lad, is that you? Who they listen to you? Another said, who asked you to ṣàlàyé Ọba Junkie? Another said, imagine the people you all call kings. See what they are doing again. These are the people meant to promote peace. It is well with Nigeria. Another person said, Osun State needs to do something about this Oba Oniwa'ala. Another said, oh, this is so shameful. Another said, how are you a Yoruba king without worshipping the Orishas? Ha, wala wow. Another said, kati kati, but boy, you po. Another said, she kings don't have regulated rules ni. Abikini gbogbo radarada yi gan. Dethrone or suspend this man, Jare. Another said, this is a shame. Drug addict at it again. How do you rule over your household, sir? Another said, this man should be a content creator, not a king. Another said, hey, finally, king blogger, don't imagine. Our ancestors are sleeping and snoring already. Another said, why will they package you a wife? Really? Shameless talk. I don't think you need to say this publicly. Another said, Oba Yoruba, don't fi ede Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ṣàlàyé, you are not ready, sir. Another person said, bro, you are hallucinating and you are angry over your own hallucination. It is well with you. Another said, which king gets on social media and complain about another king? Is this proper etiquette? I don't think so. This is a total disgrace to tradition. Ọ̀rọ̀ rèé làwọn èèyàn ń ṣe sára Ọba Rashidi Oluwo of Iwo'a. Let's take just few more. Somebody else said, ṣé àwọn council of Obas ò lè settle ẹ̀ ni? Àbí ká aya Samilari kó wá settle ẹ̀? Another said, king coming out like this is the lowest you can go, bro. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn, ní nǹkan tí ojú àwa Yorùbá ti rí pẹ̀lú àwọn ọba wa, definitely some things are fundamentally wrong in how we appoint kings. Some people will claim that because politicians are now heavily they are politicizing, yes, the traditional institutions and stool, where we know that when it comes to tradition, you cannot say you are a king and you don't want to bow Orisha. That stool is an Orisha stool. Yeah? So, if you say that you follow Jubobo Orisha law and everything, and you don't want to go accordance with the Orisha, it is not a problem. You will step out from that stool and let the people that want to board the Orisha enter the throne and board the Orisha. Because from what we know from our traditional institutions, before they appoint somebody, they will consult Ifa or the oracle. And the oracle will say, now this person make you pick, or that person make you pick. But when the huge intervention of government is much in appointing kings, that's why we've been seeing a whole lot. Some people are even complaining that instead of when one king passes on and they're supposed to appoint another king and they have maybe a lineup of people, it has now become who has the heaviest bag, who carry dope, who fit spend money. And that's why they go and pull, or people from diaspora will be the one coming to spend money, and they finally get enthroned. Look at the case with that Oba of Ikpetumodu, if I'm correct, if that is his community, that was sentenced for COVID yahoo. Owó tó ń lọ into millions of dollars. Ìkan náà ló tún ná èèyàn kan níjọ́wọ́ ń bí. I'm just thinking that what is going on? Ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá ṣùgbọ́n ojú ń tì wá. Ojú ń tì wá. Kí ló dé títí wá ṣe wá pọ̀ tó yìí? We are not saying this is an allegation. Yes, allegation ni. And for Oluwo of Iwo'a to carry his face and put ring lights and set camera, maybe he has evidence. But are we now the judge? Are we social media people the judge of matters that pertain to paramount rulers? So all these comments you saw that I read out right now and that you're going to see across blogs, you brought it on social media. Àwọn èèyàn máa tú yín pẹ́rẹpẹ́rẹ ní kábíyèsí. Ṣé kò sí council of elders ẹ lè fẹjọ́ sùn ni? Àbí ẹ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yìí ẹ ń bring ẹnu àtẹ́ lu stool tẹ́ jókòó sí yẹn ni? That traditional stool you're sitting on, you brought it to disrepute For you to come out and now be dragging king dragging kings. Now we have upper fracas. Ha! Talawa ṣe báyìí wò lọ́hùn nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Tala ṣe. Tí ò dẹ̀ dáríjì wá kó má jẹ́ ká ṣe ẹlẹ́yà báyìí lórí social media. Kó má jẹ́ ká ṣe ẹlẹ́yà. If there's going to be any, in fact, even if government people or rich people have issues together and they look right, look left, they no still go fit settle am. Now obas, they always do the settlement. Because that stool is not just about the individual himself sitting on the stool. It's about that institution. Okay, now, I hope Kabiyesi will not, Ooni of Ife will not come out to, say anything. But he has to say something because these allegations are high. Hello, Elizabeth Alabi. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome. These allegations are weighty. He said Ooni of Ife want to buy you. You said that he knocked your wife in the hotel. You said that when you kicked your ex-wife away, you rented an apartment for her. And as at that time when this wururu was happening, you claimed that it was one Chief Ogundoyin, is it Ogundoyin or Ogundokun? I can't remember the name accurately, that rented a house for your wife. When they saw that you had issues with your wife, well, definitely people will come to intervene. People will come to intervene, even normal people in their everyday life. When they have issues and the husband tells the wife, oh yeah, carry yourself away from this place, people will definitely intervene. Would they watch your wife go and sleep on the roadside with your son? Even neighbors, they will say, Madam, oh yeah, come and sleep. Tomorrow we'll find what to do. They will accommodate the woman and her child. They will. So how much more the level of obership? Of course, they have to step in. So anybody that did the good thing by renting a place for your ex-wife and your son has not done anything bad. Because they were thinking that they could mediate between both of you. They could, husband and wife, sometimes they have issues that get so messy, but if they still find a common ground. But that woman lamented at that time, that Chantel lamented, say, you were giving her basbos in the house, that you were drinking Igbo, that you were naki people that sell ata, that sell rodo, that you brought a lot of concubine that you bring to the house. She said a lot. That one is a Canadian. If you check YouTube, it's there. I'm a video in jade. And Kabiyesi Ooni of Ife is just rounding up. He just finished Olojo Festival, a very huge, one of the most prestigious festivals in Ile-Ife. He just finished it. I think it's like a week or a few days. So it is this kind of time that you now decide to come out. But I want to ask the question, is it that Ooni suspended him? Because I think there's a trigger. There's something that just happened that now prompted him to come out, to come and drag Ooni. But unfortunately for you, Kabiyesi Oluwo of Iwo'a, ẹ̀wọ̀n ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ Kabiyesi online. Ó mà ṣe o. Ó mà ṣe o. You thought people were going to drag Ooni of Ife. Go and check all comment section. People are not dragging Ooni of Ife. It is you. It is you that people are dragging. It is you that you brought disrespect. It has never happened before. For one Oba to come and set ring lights and throw such allegations at another Oba. Because the office of the Ooni of Ife, yes, he has a publicity officer or secretary. They have to come out and put Oba Kabiyesi Ooni of Ife will not come out and do a video to respond to you. Never. Even when they were dragging him about his personal issues, he doesn't come out. And you're now saying you're older than him. Yes, you can be older than him. These days, age is a number. It's how you carry yourself like an old woman that will determine your age. If you have issues, you are man to man. You're always embarrassing this man. So many occasions you see him, you do your acts. And I'm not saying Ooni is a perfect person, no. But it's somebody that, he loves people. He carries himself well. If not be personal woman palaver, where Ooni gets as problem. We make social media dissect him many, many years ago. Ooni will have been the king that won't even know what is going on in his castle. Honestly. Watching from New York. Thank you so much for joining, Madam Elizabeth Alabi. You know, but unfortunately for you, Oba Akanbi, Abi, Mr. Oluwo of Iwo'a, we are not dragging Ooni of Ife. Whatever issues you guys have, go and meet another paramount Oba to help you settle. Two paramount Oba are having issues. Go and meet another paramount Oba to settle for now. Not for you to come on social media when your grandchildren age mates, your younger siblings age mates, your age mates, and people that are older than you will now fún yín lọ́rọ̀ jẹ lórí social media. We don't like it. It's an embarrassment. Would you see any Oba from any other place come out and be doing this thing you are doing? Ṣọ́n fi ṣe wá ni. Ṣọ́n fi ṣe wá ni, ẹ jẹ́ ká bá sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Ṣọ́n fi ṣe wá ni. You said, okay, you still want to say more. Okay, set ring light tomorrow. Kábíyèsí, kẹtún tàṣírí síta. Set ring lights. How can you say that Kábíyèsí set you up with a woman? Are you a baby? Are you a baby? If they want to give you a wife that, okay, marry this person, it's not a new thing. Because you said they set you. How did they set you up? How? A mature man like you? I don't understand though. I don't understand. But we are going to go and pull out that Chantel video. That your ex-wife, that Canadian woman's video. We are going to pull it out. All the things she said. Atomash analysis. Because you've unsettled that woman now. That woman has been living her own life. She's gone back to her country. When she cried out at that time and she saw that nothing was coming out of it, she went back to her country, single-handedly taking care of her son. Maybe she has even settled down. You're not bringing this one up now. Do you want to disrupt her happiness? She hasn't come out since then to say, maybe you didn't give her money to feed. She's not coming out again. She's found her peace. When a woman is still crying and saying, he didn't call me, he's not taking care of his son, it's because she still maybe wants something to, as a mediation. When the woman goes quiet, that's it. That's it. And what blueprint are we leaving for our children? I think we adults, we are failing these children. If we have issues amongst ourselves, it's fine. It's okay. Adults can have issues. But you now coming out and saying that, that you gave name, because you had issues with your wife, you now chase them out. You're not coming after how many years? 4 or 5 or 6 years? To say that you're not even sure that child is yours. Okay, what's that DNA you're now requesting for? If they now do the DNA today, and that child now belongs to you, see this video, do you think it's going to go off social media? Internet will never forget. That child will grow up and hear you, his father, say this about his paternity. Can you see how very unfair a lot of us are with our children? Ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀kọ́ mọ̀ mí ìdàgbà gan. Bó bá dàgbà tó bá rí gbogbo nonsense bàbá wọn ti sọ nípa àwọn tó ti ṣe ń pa àwọn gbà tó wà bíbí. Ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀kọ́ fìbọn tú orí parents mi dànù. Òṣèwà jẹ́ pé àti kékeré àtàgbà wa àtọba wa bí ẹ̀ ń pa lórí tàti ẹ̀ ń rò ni. The comment section here where this video has been shared is just so messy. I just use and close eye like to be like, Yorùbá. Ṣé rò pé àwọn ará Benin ọba wọn á bọ́ta máa sí gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ pèsèpèsè báyìí? Ayé wa dà. Ayé dà. Wọn ò bíyàn dá kó sọ̀rọ̀ against ọba ìlú wọn yẹn. Ọmọ fún ẹni náà gbàsgbòs. They don't joke with their kings. And their kings understand royalty. Maybe you people need to go and do master class. Maybe our Yoruba kings, most of you, àtàwọn baálẹ̀ kan, maybe you guys need to go and do master class from all those Oba that you never hear them come online to be doing cho. You have to go and do master class. You have to understand royalty. Royalty is silent. You don't know what's going on in any palace. They carry themselves well. They don't do cho. Yes, there are issues. What makes somebody an Oba is for you to be seeing issues and be resolving every day. It's a hot seat. But if you're really destined to be there, you find the grace to be there. But nígbà tá ò bá destiny yín láti wà lórí throne kan lẹ́wọ̀n máa ṣe wọ́n lọ́wọ́ máa ọ́ sì ń bú wa báyìí wọ́n ní ń tọ́ ọ ṣé kò tán àwa la wà ní presidency as Yorùbá àwa làwọn bá wa tún ṣe wọ́n lọ́tún bára wọn fẹ́ bá ṣe fracas níbo ni ká wá fojú sí báyìí o. How do we explain all these things that our Oba are doing to our own children? Because they are watching. Our young adults are watching. They are watching. So we just said we should share this. We know say now we get the shame, now we get the sub. It's okay. Atifimora. Kabiesi. If you want to still come out to do part 2, come out and do it. When you are done doing part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 to part 100, you will enter house. There's no, you see, there's on this our social media space, there's nothing that is raining in social media. When you talk 2 weeks, max 3 weeks, everybody don't move on to another one. We could talk. If you come out again, they'll say, Baba, go and sit down somewhere. That's even what people are saying about you now. You don't have good PR. I don't know who is under your PR. Even if somebody like you have a PR team and they advise you, you will not listen. You will not listen. A lot of you guys have PR, but when they advise you, don't come out and do this. Emma shepe funny, but you better sanwó fún. Because kò sẹ́ni tó lè correct yín, kò sẹ́ni tó lè bá yín wí. Ẹ ṣe tẹ́ disgrace wa o, kábíyèsí Oluwo of Iwo'a. Deserve o. Lóòótọ́, to balance our views, lóòótọ́, yes, maybe let's even assume that what you said about Ooni is true. Let's assume it's true. Yes, because the allegations. The only persons that can refute this is Ooni and your ex-wife. And you said you know the name of the hotel that they went to meet each other when you sent her out, right? Okay. So when you are ready, you share the name of the hotel. But I'm telling you, it's not going to look good on your image. So you've opened yourself up for people of all shades and sizes and colors and ages to wato sin lara. Kábíyèsí. No. The way you people are, you're depleting our traditional stools is not encouraging. It's not encouraging. And I give it to a lot of kings, they are doing well. But I don't know, there are some crops of our kings. Wọ́n bójú wa jẹ́ gan. Wọ́n bójú wa jẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ òdèlè dọ́rọ̀ tí wa ká má lè sọ àbòsí ló ń pè. Ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá náà dẹ̀ á tún gùdù náà àbòsí gan. Ṣùgbọ́n àwòráyé yẹn bó bá ṣe jẹ́ la ṣe máa sọ. Kábíyèsí, enter inside. Ẹ ti fọ́gbà yán gan already gan. Eléyìí tẹ́ ti ṣe síta gan, ẹ ti fọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀. So will Oni now wait first? Will Oni now sue you now for this thing you said? Because you said Oni plan to buy you. You said Oni dey Nicodemus your wife. Àwọn allegations méjì yẹn máa le gan. Let me tell you something. If there's anyone you're having issues with, whatever the issues are, is fine. You can decide to be quiet. He's looking for attention, please. Yes, he's getting it, but he's getting the attention on the wrong side of people because people are giving him gbasgbos. He thought people were going to drag Oni, but honestly, people are dragging him. 98.9% of comment sections are dragging Oluwo, not Oni. What I'm even saying that, even if it's true, coming out is a no-no. Is a no-no. You don't do that, Kábíyèsí. You don't do that. Your PR level is too low. Your ex-wife, same Canadian lady said it. She said years ago, we are going to go and pull out the video. Internet doesn't forget now. She said we are always comparing her to Olori Aramide Sekinat, Obalegushi's wife, that she dresses well, that she looks very good, and that she now told you that, you're comparing me to Olegushi's wife. Olegushi's wife, she will order for clothes, they will bring it, the most exquisite laces, they'll bring it to her. She doesn't need to pay. Her husband takes care of everything. But you, your own, you don't get money. Say now they use money sometimes buy for small gem where now they use for palace. It's online, don't be me talk am. We'll go and bring out the video. Is that Proko? We remember very well. Very well. True talk, my sister. I love you. God bless. Yes, ma'am. I love you too. very well. She said there was even a point that when Oba Ilegushi went to marry his second wife, that Adiza, the Kano princess, that you were also telling your ex-wife that you too, you want to go and marry another woman from the north, so that nothing else get Nigeria, that the way Ilegushi has gone to marry that Hausa wife now, he has strong hold. There's nothing he wants that they won't do for him. And you finally did it because this your wife that is in your present palace now. She's a northerner. Now God know waiting that one they face for house. Yeah, that's not even our business. Whatever she's facing in the house, it's a mismarriage. Whatever package you see inside, everybody they manage them. But you, as a paramount king, coming out to drag another paramount king, no, it's not done. Àwọn ọba kìíní yẹn máa fi wá ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ni. Wọ́n máa fi wá ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ ni pé na brother there at the top. Na people, your Kabiyesi, they drag themselves, say they knock each other. What's that? What's that? Ṣé wọ́n fi ṣe wá ni? Is this normal? Is this normal? You go to events, it's always fighting. Is that you are fighting this person? Or you turn back in anger? Ṣáyé le tó yẹn ni? Nígbà tẹ́yìn ọba ọba ní ìsinmi, kí lẹ tún fẹ́? Nǹkan tó lọ́n bá, any position God puts you in, that is an elevated position. You're meant to have peace because it's supposed to be grace following you to enjoy that position. But ní ìsinmi rárá, Olúwo. Ìjà yín ni kò dáa. But Joe lè fẹ́ sinmi, and you're not a young person. You claim you're older than Kabiyesi or something like that. But Kabiyesi carries himself more maturely. Look at when people were dragging Ooni of Ife about his wife. Some people would do video from morning to night. The man no even answer anybody. Nígbà tó sún wọn, ṣé ní olúkálùkù gbẹnu wọn dákẹ́? Assuming Ooni is a fighty person like that. In fact, now almost all bloggers, they go down arrest at that time. Did you hear Ooni arrest any blogger? When all blogger talk, everybody no enter house. Because he understands the position he's in. It was just unfortunate that his personal affair got blown out of proportion to the public. And he has adjusted himself, just the way everybody's adjusting their lives. So Oluwo of Iwo'a, try for us. Kabiyesi, try for Marara. Nagbas you just make people they give us. But it's okay. We go manage them, but don't come out again to do another second video because you still have a lot to say. We don't want to hear it. We are not interested. Okay, Kabiyesi knock your wife. And then? She means after you chase her out of the house. Abi? Okay, and then? And the woman has moved on. If you want to do paternity to know the paternity of your child, arrange with the woman from Canada. I'm not sure that one will even be interested with all these shenanigans again. She's a young lady. She will have moved on. Even if she doesn't move on or she hasn't remarried, the peace she would have enjoyed after she left your house. One can just imagine it. Because some men, like I normally say, ajagale lọ́kọ mi. Tó bring back fọkùnrin mi ilé báyìí, ó máa sinmi pé peace ló dùn tó yìí. Nígbà tó yẹ pé ọ̀dọ̀ ọkọ tó wà, èmi ẹ̀ ti fẹ́ bọ́. Because I can imagine this our Kabiyesi Oluwo as somebody's husband. Èmi á ti fẹ́ jábọ́. Hello, Mr. Patrick Williams, you're welcome. Èmi á ti fẹ́ jábọ́. So, we don't know. Our kings, you can do better. We are not impressed. You guys, you just spoil our face. We are not impressed. Oga Oluwo, please. Kabiyesi, His Royal Highness, enter house. The disgrace where we don't see for comment section for this your matter. They pepper us. I think some kings need to go and do master class. I don't want to mention name of king. There's one big king in that sector. You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to mention him. That man is very dignified. Awujale, he just passed away. Almost 90 something ranging. Around Baba Baba she master class for him. Did you hear Awujale doing rubber? You can't hear Awujale doing robon, but they can't even advise people like this because nigbo. Nigbo. When somebody is saying nobody can talk to you, nobody can correct you, that's the way to destruction. Koloma Ekawo destruction. Koloma Ekawo destruction. You're not coming out putting your throne in dispute or something. We can do better because we don't tire. Every day, now go they spoil our eye. Now only we get king for Nigeria. Ngbà tí àwa Yorùbá, ṣáwa nìkan la ní king ni. Did you hear all the other Kabiyesi doing ramorobon? They don't. You don't even hear what's going on in their palace. Is it that they don't have issues with wives? Yes, they do. Is it that they don't have more wives? Yes, they do. Is it that some wives don't leave them? Yes, they do. But they keep it off social media. They keep it off. A palace is a palace. It's not just a house. I don't know waiting to talk again. Oblique Pico. If you have anything to say, just put it on the comment section. Make I go drink tea with this embarrassment where they take drag us Yoruba today. It's enough for today. Kabiyesi, don't come out again. No. Don't do any part 2 video. Don't do any part 2 video. Don't do any part 2 video. It's enough. And nobody's going to drag Ooni of Ife here. Assuming you are even a king that has a good PR with people before, people will want to listen to you. But because you've always been about this man. And one thing about life is this. If you have a great star, you are blessed and graced. Now so your wahala go plenty. Hey. Now so your wahala. The bigger you are, the bigger your problems. If Ooni were to be a fighty man, you and Miss Oluwo, they go don't give themselves blow for occasion before. Want to boxing. But Ooni will just be staring and be looking. He's not a cantankerous man. Ooni is not a wicked person. He's very calm. And he has a high level of emotional intelligence. He does. I'm not saying what Oluwo said is right or wrong, but there are ways to go about things. And I don't think Ooni, knowing the kind of person you are, we not have women no women for life again. Okay, because you don't chase your ex-wife from the house, so now you die your ex-wife, you won't go the knack for waiting now. For waiting, only now fine boy now. If Baba remove that his regalia and wear casual, forget. Is it speaking? Ooni is gifted. Is it package? Is gifted. Is it handsomeness? Is it tallness? He's gifted. But he's sitting on that throne and he has seen his own personal troubles. And honestly, anybody casting aspersions on him, be sure that you are sure of what you're talking about. Be sure. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Madam Elizabeth Alabi and I think Oga Patrick Williams. Thank you so much for joining and for your contribution. We really have to go now. Maybe go drink water on top this water. We'll come along. We, our Yoruba. God will help us. He will give all our kings the wisdom to navigate their kingship because honestly, we don't tire. See you in the next video. Bye for now.